What if I told you that the person you become is not defined by your grand ambitions, but rather by your daily habits? Each repetition, each small act, silently etches away at the marble of your character, revealing a figure sculpted by choice and action. Let me take you to a quiet corner of the world, where a young man named Lucas grappled with the restless tides of modern life. He was bright but lost, drowned by distractions. He moved through the days like a leaf on a river, uncertain where it would lead him. His nights were filled with promises of change, yet morning greeted him with the same unyielding habits that anchored him in inertia. One evening, as he stared at the ceiling of his dimly lit room, a thought began to whisper through the chaos. If the only way out is through a single habit, he pondered. He remembered the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That night, Lucas resolved to wake early the next morning, not with fervor, but with intent, a simple choice to take control of his day. As dawn poured golden light through his window, he awoke as planned. But instead of exhilaration, he felt a weighted hesitation. One morning, he thought, is merely a drop in the ocean of my life. Yet, he stumbled out of bed, felt the coolness of the floor beneath his feet, and took a deep breath. In that moment of silence, he found clarity. Much like that which Epictetus spoke, true freedom lies in our ability to choose our response. The decision felt monumental, despite its mundane nature. Over weeks, Lucas began nurturing this singular act of rising early. With morning light, he carved out time for reflection, for journaling, for quiet contemplation. He structured his environment, turned off notifications, set aside his phone, and filled the space with books that fed his mind. Slowly, habits weren't just formed. They became routines, woven threads in the fabric of his identity. But then came the storm. Life, as unpredictable as it is, threw challenges his way, stress at work, personal upheaval, moments of dark despair. In that chaos, the habits he had nurtured acted like an anchor, stabilizing him against the whirlpool of emotions. He remembered Seneca's wisdom: we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Each time anxiety whispered lies, he returned to his morning ritual, a simple cup of tea, a few moments of stillness, the soft dawn whispering promises of potential. Yet, with each day, Lucas faced the battle within. The seductive call of distraction resurfaced, urging him to abandon his newly found path. The temptation was strong, but in the quiet, Lucas confronted the fear that lived beneath it. He realized, my identity is built not through the noise of motivation, but through the silent discipline I maintain. And here stood Lucas, on the brink of his own transformation. Recognizing that simplicity prevailed over grandeur, he silenced the critics of his own mind. Instinctively, he embraced the Stoic principle of amor fati, the love of one's fate. It was not the external chaos that defined his journey, but how he responded to it. He accepted the messy and the beautiful, the struggle and the ease, as essential threads of existence. As he embraced this philosophy, his world condensed, clarity bathing his path. Lucas understood, real transformation begins in silence, not in the frenzy of doing, but in the quiet commitment to persist, a modest truth whispered daily. In the stillness of his room, now vibrant with purpose, Lucas found strength in his small, consistent actions. He had mastered the art of daily habits, and with them, he had redefined who he was. Not as a leaf destined to float aimlessly, but as a vessel anchored firmly in the rich soil of self-discipline. As we turn the page on Lucas's story, I ask you, dear viewer, what habits shall you nurture in your own life? For as Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And so, remember, choose your habits wisely. They are the quiet architects of your destiny. Subscribe for weekly insights into Stoic wisdom, and let's embark together on a journey of profound transformation, one humble step at a time.